Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Tomorrow is Easter. It's something that's not mentioned in the Bible. There's something called Ishtar, who I think is one of the hundreds or thousands of gods or goddesses. God doesn't want you dealing with. And we were right smack in the middle of Jeremiah 18. We just got through 16, 17, and 18, where it's talking about actually the biggest problem that caused the fall of Judah and Manasseh being dragged by Nizhooks to Egypt was actually the idolatry. So this thing about Ishtar, this Easter thing, I'm not going to pretend to know where it started, but Catholic Church doesn't mind it. Also, as you can see, what we read so far talks about cutting down trees, worshiping in groves. Groves are places of trees, and they would decorate the trees and do all this, and it's just, it's a construct somewhere along the way, maybe, that drew people into the Catholic Church. I don't know. But, okay, this is aimed at people like me who don't know nothing about it but want to try to please God better. In Easter, I can't say that I just don't recommend it, because it's even a lot more than that. But, okay, let's say you want to think about that. That's good. Guess what? What God will like is Passover. This is a holy day in the Bible. There are just a few feasts like this. And I'm not going to pretend to sit here and name them all and go off a book. I'm just going to go from my heart. Okay, but the biggest one, and what they're talking about right now in Jeremiah 17 and 18, is God told Jeremiah to tell them to stop all this stuff on the Sabbath. The Sabbath is a holy day. It's for the Lord. Every week. It's Saturday. It's not Sunday. That's another thing. Who knows how that got changed around? So, Passover symbolizes the Jews finally, after 70 years of slavery, getting out of Egypt. And it symbolizes the reason for the no bread and unleavened bread is because they had to leave in a rush. Okay, that's it. The end, basically. So, it's very easy to do this. It's just no bread and no certain products for just 8 days. And that's how the Lord wishes to be served, as far as I know, as far as I figured out. And it's really not going to cramp too many people's style if you just think about it. You can just say you observe Passover, and it will lead you into this more and more. But just doing it, maybe you're a type of person just does things, kind of like me, and it's a good place to start, really it is. So, all I'm trying to say now is it's like 3 weeks, maybe, from Passover, and I had to get this calendar, and I still can't figure it out. It's okay, though. But look, it's going to be next month, on the 22nd, eve of Passover. First day of Pesach is the 23rd. So I think it's Passover Eve. We do all this, what we're going to talk about just briefly. So I just want to be super brief. I just want to say things to start. So that's almost, it's like 3 weeks away, right? It's more than 3 weeks away, maybe 4. But let's talk about how to start just looking at things. If you want to do this, it's really easy. All you have to do is not eat bread and get all the flour out of your house. So, It's really easy. Look, bread. So in the next 3 weeks, you're gonna want to eat all your bread, or get rid of it. Like, don't go out and buy a ton of bread right now. Cereal, no cereal, right? Because it has unrefined flour. Look, yeast, dry yeast. I gotta think about that. I don't think so. Anything fermented, no. But I'm wondering, well, how do people make pita bread? There's some kind of yeast. I don't know, but just don't do it. Things like this, anything like this, everything like this has wheat in it. And all of these things, especially, you're going to have to throw out. Don't worry about it. But like things like these little soy sauce, if you have a big one, let's just get rid of them now. You know why? Ingredients. Water, wheat is the second ingredient. These things, everybody eats cup noodles, unfortunately, once in a while. Those have wheat in it themselves, in even these little packets. Throw these out. Why? You know there's soy in there, at least. But yeah, there's probably wheat in here too. Like these kind of things. Vinegar. Distilled. No vinegar. No soy. This, water, sugar, salt, corn. You're not supposed to eat corn. Also, rice. Soy sauce. Let's get rid of these things right now. This is suspicious. It's old. Let's get rid of it, but it looks like it might be okay. Organic chili peppers, organic onion. Things like maltodextrin, that's really suspicious. Sea salt, paprika, organic garlic, organic cumin, organic potato starch, organic cayenne, organic black pepper, organic rice, concentrate. No good, rice. So anything like carbohydrate, right? No. Here's the rice. I'm not going to throw it out. I'm going to eat the rice. Something like this, you got to throw out. Look at that. That's wheat. It's bread. Something like this, no. It's going to be wheat. Whey powder. Soy lecithin. No. Flour has to be thrown out. Chips. Because it's corn and you can't, because corn, there is a kind of chip that you can get at Whole Foods. I'll put it up. But there is some kind of chip, I think. It's okay. Well, I ate it before on Passover. Because it's made with cassava flour. But if you want to be really particular, the oil, I'm not sure the oil it's fried in. That's why I'm not sure. But I did get that kind because of cassava flour. But you can try to make bread with cassava flour. But I was not successful. It came out like rocks. And I was just able to move on without it. But this, no tacos, no pasta. That's one of the hardest ones, right? Tomato, no, because ketchup, because what is the reason? I think there's vinegar. Yeah, distilled vinegar. Things like the sweet and sour sauce, distilled vinegar. So let's get rid of these. I know I'm not going to eat this. I have a bottle of soy sauce. Look, chocolate, vanilla beans, those are okay. So let's move up here. Things are okay. Well, things that are kind of questionable are this vinegar. Even though it says it's grapes, it's made from wine. Both of these. Probably won't be using it. I don't know. I might have to for a salad. But, okay, let's move on to the really good news about all the good things you can expect to eat. Okay, and remember, so what does this mean with the bread? No lemon, right? No pizza, no bagels. No, I wrote it down, this part, because I was investigating. No cereal. No pasta. Okay, and remember, right, the big thing, get all the, okay, don't, I hope you don't have, okay, there's a couple of foods that are just unclean, right? And you shouldn't, those are the first two things you need to get out of your house. It's any pork products, and this is a good exercise since you're doing it anyway, and any shellfish. And where you get tripped up with that will be with Jell-O or gelatin. Even if you clear out, you're like, oh, I've done it. There's no pig in my house. It can still be in those products. So, even though I've thrown those out, to be honest with you, I have not gone through everything in my bathroom, and makeup has that in it, and that does need to be attended to. But right now, we're doing this. It's hard enough. But yeah, we should all do that. Look, virgin olive oil. You want that? Any kind of vegetables is fine. Any kind of nuts is fine. No, you can have wine. That's from just cooking wine. For me, I don't drink, but you cannot have beer. Here I wrote beer, bourbon, whiskey, because they are made from fermented grain. And I think really the only things that are a little bit confusing, see these nuts though, they're like all sugar coated. That's not a good idea. But it's the grains and the wheat. This is a big deal. In any processed food, you will have in your pantry anything that's processed, like cake mix, like just breadings. Everything is going to have wheat, unbleached wheat flour. That's what it is. I've gotten rid of all that pretty much in my life, but look, that cereal right there. I had a thing the other day. I just kept seeing this marshmallow, Fruity Pebbles. It was just like, it was like a sign. I just seen it everywhere. I'm like, when did this, oh, my goodness, right? That used to be like a big deal with Lucky Charms. And you used to have to wait for extra marshmallows. You know, blue hearts, green clovers, blue diamonds, and then it became like 6 more things, right? And now all of a sudden, there's Fruity Pebbles without, anyway, let's just get over that. But that is absolutely unacceptable. Has to be getting rid of in 3 weeks. I have no problem. I'll get rid of that. But the other problem, no hummus, right? Because if you're doing the strict one, right, with the no rice, no chickpeas, legumes, right? I think that puts corn in that boat. And no green beans. So hummus, no hummus, right? Because that's chickpeas, right? But, okay, here's the good news. Let's just get into all the good news right now. Let's get it over with. Let's take like 1 more minute. Oh, yeah. So, you can start doing the drawers and just cleaning them. I just did that one. And there's stuff that I'm planning, I have to eat or get rid of. And then there's that. I just have to wipe that down. But that side's okay. I gotta move to the other 2. But yeah, it's a really good idea. It's really easy to do. I think a lot of people are concerned with food better these days. And all prayers out, you know, to any peoples in war right now that are fighting. None of those people eat pork. They're not supposed to be eating pork. And so, yeah, let's just not eat pork too, for sure. And then, of course, let's try to do this. It's really easy. Just throw it. And guess what? You're going to lose like 10 pounds when you do this. For sure. There's like spiritual reasons for it. Like, who knows? And it's something that we're not told about for some odd reason. And I just want to shout it from the rooftops, even though I don't know what I'm doing really. But look, it's a holy day. It's considered Passover. It's mandatory. It's mandatory. Okay, Passover, Feast of Tabernacles, right? Which is Sukkot, which is living outside in a tent for 7 days. That is awesome. I love that one. This is like the most serious one. It's probably going to affect you unless you're already, if you're on a gluten-free diet, then just do it. You will get the blessings from the Lord. Why not? Why not? And then do it for like these reasons and start doing a Sabbath and watch how everything comes together so well. Watch. Yeah, and for all those people in war right now, you know, would you be fasting like that? It's unlimited. It's not pure fasting, but it is kind of. Because I think it is. It's a complete change of diet for people that eat bread. But for people that don't, then just, it's awesome. Like, how easy is it? But nobody even knows about it, I think. I never even knew about it. They don't tell you that in the Catholic Church. They don't encourage you to do it. It's crazy. I don't know why. They push this Easter thing. But yeah, there's this thing called Passover, everybody. I want to share it with you. The Lord loves you obeying his... And no, these holy days were not thrown out with the New Testament, right? Jesus came along. He said, yeah, that's right. It's all the word. I'm not throwing it out. Nobody said he's going to throw out these... Okay, we don't go and sacrifice unblemished sheep and our most prized, you know, unblemished animals. But we can do this. There's no problem. There's no reason that we can't participate in this to the best of our ability. I don't know all the prayers or anything like that you're supposed to say. Nothing. I put a mezuzah on my door like 3 years ago. I know that one, but mostly it has to say Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lipo mezuzah. And who knows if I even say that right, because I've been saying that by myself. I told this, well, I don't want to say the R word, the Jewish type priests. So I met one. It was on maybe this last Sukkot in October, and we talked for a little bit. He said I was saying it okay. But yeah, the Lord will lead you. It's not an emergency. I don't need to say it right. But this is something we can all do. We don't need any directions. Just stop it with the refined wheat flour and bread. That's enough. You don't want to go any step further, that's fine. But yeah, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I'm going to continue this, all right? Because in 3 weeks, and then if anybody has any recipes or anything, please share. Oh, all the things you can eat: lamb, beef, chicken, potatoes. I'm just saying the ones that I'll be eating, that I can stand to eat, that I'm on my list. And of course the matzah, which I don't think so good, or matzos, which are unleavened, right? Which is which symbolizes the unleavened, the only thing that was allowed to be taken like kind of as food out of Egypt, because they're getting out of there quickly, supposedly, and they don't have any baked bread, but they just have some of this. And cheese, eggs, milk, grapes, tuna, lettuce, avocado, horseradish, onion, all vegetables, minus the rice and legumes. So that's why peanut butter is a legume, like beans or legume. Corn is legume. That kind of cuts out some vegetables. I don't know if I'm going to do that legume thing. They say the Sephardic people allow those, but the Ashkenazi do not allow the legume thing. So that's the rice, legumes, and corn. We'll see how far we can get. But yeah, bless everybody. The Lord will really like it if we can do that. Try. At least clean out the cabinets, right? Everyone needs their cabinets cleaned out. I'm getting the flour out of the crevices is why. And I'm getting these kind of things that are stuck everywhere out.